I too want to welcome Maureen and to thank Gurney for his service. I also want to thank all of you who made the Kentucky Writers' Day possible, especially the Kentucky Arts Council and the cabinet under which it serves. I'm going to read 3 poems, one of which begins with a little epigraph that I picked up off of National Public Radio, which I hope our public servants will deign appropriate to preserve. It's called Cattle Song, and this is what I heard on the radio. Nathan Banks, a 22-year-old student at Purchase College, painted single words on the flanks of about 60 cows near his upstate New York home, then let them wander around to see if they could compose poetry. Outside my window, I see lettered Angus on the hillside, composing pastorals, cantos to clover, a haiku whose theme this July morning is sweet surrender to the dark cove of an encompassing oak, a deep draught of rainwater in a silver tank. From my own skirmishes with words, I know odds are most tries will fail. The calf will stand on wobbly legs. The field of sweet grass stiffens into frost. One moo will echo every other moo. Still watching, I imagine a taut-uttered genius, a Holstein Homer maybe, a Mooney Sappho whose words take on life down some trackless cow path the reader never dares to wander. Now, as the grazers bunch, break off and roam, I try to sequence them into sense, to herd them like some dismantled sonnet, a fragmented script of some language lost that we will never understand. Tomorrow is the 226th birthday of John James Audubon, and I've been, over the last couple of years, writing a series of what I would call sort of rough sonnets based on his life, and I thought I would read just one in his honor, because as you know, he had many associations with Kentucky. He lived here for about 9 years, both in Louisville, but mostly in Western Kentucky in Henderson. Audubon's apprenticeship days in Couserans. Discovering what would be his life's work in a book of illustrations Papa gave him, J.J. woke one morning with an urge to copy nature, to replicate what country rambles couldn't save, a nest, a speckled egg, the luster on a lapwing. He learned that pigment dabbed with water endowed the curlew's eye with life and held it fresh, untainted. A family of cripples he likened his early efforts to, a roll call of the maimed he burned each birthday, holding only a lust, a joy, to keep what wouldn't keep, a deep felt animus through art to resurrect the dead, each species, every sketch, a Lazarus. This is a recent poem that I suppose, like a lot of poems, those of us who write poems write, grows out of just sort of immediate experience, and for some unknown reason, I save what I break in the way of dishes, and usually dropped, fumbled, cunny-thumbed, as my father would say. This is called New Year. On a shelf in the pantry, I save all the dinnerware I've broken during the year. A handleless ceramic mug, a plain but favored butter dish, a tulip-shaped wine glass severed from its stem, flowers hand-painted around its bowl. Though I know I'll never restore them, never probably try, and that no glue will form a bond to withstand the tensions of dishwater or even ceremonial use, still I stack them, china casualties, toward an hour when all that breaks is mended, when all the fragments that pile in seamless shards and little cairns of dust will, like unpaired socks and fractured hearts, reincorporate with perfect wholeness. Thank you.